Our goal is to go from creation of a fam to seeing party cards get added automatically and removed automatically. So officially demonstrating the connection between a Hypersub subscription and a party, which is multiplayer Ethereum. Let's get started. Step one, we're going to run this indexer. I'll get it started with, we're using pnpm dev, and that'll start the indexer locally. While it's getting up and running, there's three things that the indexer is doing. One, it's watching the subscription contracts for the transfer event to know when someone is receiving a new subscription. The other thing it's doing is it's checking for when a creator links a subscription to a party, so that way we can index that connection between a party and a subscription. And the final thing, we are checking every 30 seconds to see if subscriptions have expired. And if they have expired, we then remove the party card from that person so that they automatically get removed from the party if their subscription expires. All this together creates, if you subscribe to my subscription, you automatically get access to my party and you can create proposals and vote on those proposals. And on the subscription expiry side, once your subscription expires, you automatically lose access to this party. You're no longer able to create proposals and you're no longer able to vote on proposals. And so you only get access to create and vote on proposals if you have an active subscription. We are running the indexer. It's currently getting caught up, which makes me think we're going to want to update it to a more recent timestamp. But let's keep going. We can see that none of these contracts are configured with the ManageFamAuthority. It's just looking at every transfer of NFTs. It's right now indexing it historically because with Ponder you have to put in a block number. But the goal is over time to just bring it up to the latest. Now that we've run our indexer, let's create a fam. So we'll head over to fam and let's create a new one. I'll use some CC0 art from the Nouns community as per usual. We'll call it Nouns CC0 open source and Zora.co. Continue. These details don't matter at the present moment. And then we create, sign the transaction. And we have now created we've run the indexer. We have created a fam using the preview deployment URI. Our next step is to create a hypersub on the factory, call set hypersub on the authority, grant time and verify that granting time automatically gives party access, and then watch the subscription get expired and verify that a party card is automatically removed. So next step, create a hypersub on the factory. Hypersub does not have an official factory deployment on Base Sepolia, so we have forked it and deployed our own version. If Hypersub wants to officially support Base Sepolia, we will happily use their deployment. On here, we create the deploy subscription function. I'm also going to call this nouns subscription. CC0 is the ticker. IPFS metadata for both the token and the contract. 1 token is issued or burned every second, and 1 is the minimum seconds you can buy. Rewards of 500 bips. ERC20, we want the 0 address. 0 address Etherscan. The 0 address is going to allow us to sell the subscription using ETH instead of a different ERC20 token. So we can copy this, put it in, fee config. I'm going to leave it at 0 because I still don't know what fee config does. And leave native token value at 0. Execute. Base Sepolia, my account, contract interaction. This should be creating a hypersub. Looks like it did. Let's verify what that hypersub is. View it on the Block Explorer. Over here we can see internal transactions. We had 1 contract get created, and that contract is a subscription. So we have our subscription. Now that we've created our subscription, let's call set hypersub on the authority. So let's go over to our authority, go to the Explorer. An authority is a smart contract that has special privileges within the party ecosystem. And authorities can add and remove party cards, and so an authority gets to decide who is inside of the party and who is not allowed inside of the party and who needs to get out of the party. And so we have created a special authority called ManageFamAuthority, and its exclusive purpose is to manage the FAMs on chain. In this moment, we're going to call set hypersub. Add and remove will get called automatically by our indexer. The only thing that we as creators need to set manually right now is set. I'm sure moving forward we'll even make this set automatic within the FAM UI, but for now we need to manually call this. So we need the party and the hypersub. Party we just created, we can copy it from here and click done. In the hypersub, we just saw it over here on base Sepolia scan. Paste that address, click execute to bridge that connection. And what we'll want to do now is watch the indexer, because the indexer should now, okay, it's still lagging behind. So what we're going to do to get it caught up is I'm going to copy the block number that this contract was created at, so we can zoom forward to the present and we're not playing catch up with our indexer. So in order to change the timestamp that we are running at, I believe it's in ponder config. Yeah, and let's plug in the latest block that we know for both of them, and now it should hot render, and we should see it get up to indexing 100% pretty fast. Okay, so we're now at 100%, we're now at live, and let's see a whole bunch of events getting synced. I'm actually going to not run it inside of here so that we can get better history. So I'm going to crash it in here, and let's shift over to our terminal, and we'll run pnpm dev from our terminal. And again, the main reason I'm doing this is so that I can scroll back into the history so we don't lose the events that we're calling. We'll wait till we get to 100% on indexing so that it's at live in its status. We can now see that it is live. And so now that it's live, let's do an event that we think is going to get triggered, such as setting the hypersub. We sign this transaction such that it sets the hypersub, and now let's just watch, fingers crossed. Okay, so it looks like we just got hypersub. This is configured with that party. I plugged in 1E7. We can see that 1E7 is labeled as our party, and our hypersub is labeled as 557. We caught that event instantly, which verifies that our indexer is working for picking up when set hypersub is called to be able to track the relationship between a hypersub subscription and a party for multiplayer Ethereum. Next, let's now pretend that someone is subscribing, and then we should see that they get access to the party. And let's also try to watch that subscription expire and see that they automatically get removed from the party. Before we do that, I need to kick the tires on a border right now. Someone needs to end the current sale, and so I'm going to join the party with another wallet. I'll join it with my currently connected wallet just to keep it easy, and then we'll be sending a subscription to someone else to verify their permissions. So I contribute. Once I join, I should be able to finalize. Now I can finalize, and the reason I'm finalizing is just so that we have the ability to create proposals, because while you have this selling mechanism, you're not able to create proposals. I believe that's just because our UI is preventing it. So now we can create activities. Now that we can create activities, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from this wallet, and I'm only going to interact from a new wallet, which right now does not have permission. Let's edit the account that's connected, disconnect this one, and I'm going to use my private key exposed account that I usually use for testing, and we'll connect that wallet instead. Now this one should not have any permissions right now to create a new proposal on our party. You can see we currently do not. If we go over to members, there's only one, and it's not me, it's only Sweetman.eth. Let's try to use the new subscription to join this party. So if I subscribe on Hypersub, I should now be able to create a proposal in this party. Let's see if that's true by granting me time on the subscription. So here's the subscription. If we open up thirdweb, thirdweb.com/base Sepolia testnet/ my subscription. From here, we can call the grant time method, which is going to airdrop a wallet address, the time. Now, I don't want this to be a long video, so let's set it at 2, but we'll make it 3 minutes just so that I have enough time to at least create a proposal. I don't know if I'll be able to get all the way through to executing the proposal in 3 minutes, but we'll do 3 minutes. So we go to Explore. We use the grant time method. And the amount we want, first, the address we want to airdrop is the same address that's connected over here right now. Click copy, paste that address. And the amount of time, the seconds, we want 3 minutes. 3 times 60 is 180. 180 seconds is equivalent to 3 minutes. Executing this, we'll pause when the transaction's open to talk through what the indexer should do now. Currently, there's only 1 member inside of the party. I expect this to change to 2 after I give subscription time. This should happen automatically. I also expect to see it here instantly. So the first thing we should do is jump over to the terminal. We should see something flash that says someone just got airdropped a party pass. We should probably see the transaction hash so we can verify that transaction. Come over here, see that we have 2 members, and then 3, I should be able to then go back to the home tab and I should be able to see a new activity button. Let's see if that's all the case by just simply subscribing to a Hypersub. Okay, so here we go. Simulating the transaction. Simulation was successful. Party cards were sent at this transaction hash. Let's copy this transaction hash, go back to Basepolia, look it up, and we can see that here's a transaction that transferred token number 2, because token number 1 I bought with my Sweetman.eth wallet. This one was airdropped to the new wallet. And we can see that the party card added method was triggered. And if we come into our party and we refresh, we can also verify we now have 2 members. And one more place I want to verify this just for because we can. Let's go to basepolia.party. What is it? Testnet.party. Is it sepolia.party? There it is. I want to check out the party UI to see, okay, we were able to write a smart contract and do it on our own UI, but what happens if I go into the official party UI? They have no idea that we did any of this. Are they going to be able to show it? Will it actually reflect over there? Let's check. While we're waiting, I'm going to try to set up a proposal. So now we have this new activity button, which I did not have before. Let's create an NFT on Zora. I'm going to again upload some nouns, CC0 artwork. Let's name this nounish. ManageFamAuthority test. Price, keep it at 0. Add the action. Setting up the vibes. We can now sign to call the proposed method from our account that was airdropped the token. And over here on nouns, we can see we do also have 2 members. Both members are currently accessing the party. And if we go to the proposals tab, curious. Are we stuck? Showing confirmed. This might be a bug. So let's go back to the party screen. Let's refresh and see if we have a proposal over here in the party UI, and then see if we also have a proposal in the normal fam UI. Over here, I do not see a proposal. I see grant time was signed, but let's check out. I know what probably, okay. Let's go back over here and let's try making a new activity. Create an NFT. This is a MetaMask bug. MetaMask has been very buggy for me. Let's verify that by doing this again. Nounish. CC0. Keep the price at 0. Before I add the action, I want to swap my wallet that's active to the account that I'm expecting to sign, because MetaMask is having a bug where if this is not, it uses an incorrect nonce and then it gets stuck there forever. Let's add a new action. I hope I still have my subscription. It might have expired by now. It looks like I still have my party card. Let's confirm. Looks like it was successful this time, which we can verify because we see the proposal here. Can we see it over in the party? Our party and our proposals. We do have a new action. Can we execute that action? It looks like we can accept the action. I won't be able to accept it over here because I'm connected with the incorrect wallet, but on the party UI, I'm connected with a host wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and execute this just to verify that a proposal that was created by someone that joined with the ManageFamAuthority was able to create a proposal that is actually functioning without us waiting however long the delay time is. Let's accept it. Fingers crossed. This should create a token on Zora. We will accept. It was accepted, and now we can execute. Well, anybody should be able to execute. So let's go back to the fam and have the other wallet execute it. Let's go into this proposal number 1. And now, okay, we still can't execute it because we're not a host, but we can execute it if we are a host. So let's execute this proposal. And now that we have executed, we should see a Zora token created. Go into internal transactions. I believe it's the second one. No, it's actually the first one, I think. Yeah, this is the ERC20Z. This one is this one's it. If we copy this address and go to testnet.zora.co/collect/bsep in our address, we will see that this is a correct collection, and it should have 1 token inside of it, of the token we just created. We have granted time, we've seen that a party card is added, and we've been able to create and execute a proposal using that token that was created by the ManageFamAuthority. Verifying here, we actually created something on Zora using those proposals, so it all worked, executing the proposal, creating the proposal. The only other thing we haven't verified is that on subscription end, a party card is removed. And we'll verify that by checking out, this is the address that runs the indexer. Add party card was called, I have not seen remove party card yet, but 5 minutes ago, add party card was called. We should have seen remove party card at this point. Let's scroll through our logs and see if there were any errors. Not seeing anything signaling that the leave method was actually triggered. So my question is, why wasn't it? I have not seen the cron running at all. Is that running? Because if that's not running, we should be calling check subscription. Get all subscription events. And then we should be calling handle subscription. And that should then call these methods console.log balance of. Let's add in more logging in here. And let's check out subscriber. Let's stop there for now. Should have hot reloaded, and now we should be back in time. And let me also, yeah, we should just see subscriber. So let's wait for it's configured, and then it's going to try to run that transaction. It'll fail because that user already has a party card. Oh, we're seeing some subscribers, but nothing beyond those subscribers. Let's add another log on the other side of the subscribers for balance of. Just balance. Contract address is the Hypersub. Hypersub balance. I like Ponder in that it refreshes quickly. So it looks like we have a bug. I was expecting this to be a working demo. Everything worked up and until the subscription expired, which looks like there's still some bugs around the edges for removing the party card and making sure that this cron job is operating correctly. Why is the cron not operating correctly? Should be every 30 seconds. We might want to change it to every 15. Okay, there's our subscribers. Whole bunch of balance of 0. Subscribers. 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 Any other subscribers? No other subscribers or balances of 0, which means they're not expired, or there's no hypersub. Balance of 0 means that we move on to then get the parties. And let's log what party address is. Save this. I'm looking for a party that is 1E7. So let's see if we can see. I don't know what happened there. Let's crash our server and rerun the server. We're looking for 1E7 as the contract that gets executed inside of our cron job. Configured, that's the normal indexer. We're looking for subscribers, which is going to tell us that our cron is triggered. 30 seconds is a long time to wait if you're just sitting here for 30 seconds. Maybe I should drop it to 15, because every time I feel like it's too slow. There's subscribers, balances of 0, subscribers, balances of 0. But none of those were showing the Hypersub balance. No, they were showing. They weren't showing a... Wait. If Hypersub balance is 0, why are we returning? If balance does not equal 0, we should return. This is probably our error. This was assuming we wanted to exit if the subscription was expired, but we actually want to exit if the subscription is not expired. So now that we've saved this, we should now be seeing party addresses getting logged. I think this was our error. Hopefully this was our error. We just got to wait that 30 seconds again, and then we should see some either successful or failing transactions trying to remove some party cards. Subscribe. Okay, now we're getting simulated transactions. Transactions are being sent, transactions are confirmed. Let's take this one and see if it's the subscription we hoped it was. Take this transaction. This is removing our nouns from the wallet that we just issued it at. This is the only event that should have been indexed right there. So let's scroll back a little bit to when this started. We can see our subscribers got logged, but the only one that logged a party address was 1E7. Nothing else logged a party address. And then immediately after, we saw that the removal worked. So our issue was that one line. Party address. And then it failed. Yeah, we're not seeing it in the future because now we don't have a balance of. And so in this case, the first check, this is the balance of our subscription. We only want to execute the remove if the balance of is 0, which means that their subscription is expired. That was our bug, is that we had this wrong. Over here, we have an additional check. If you don't have any party cards, then there's nothing for us to remove from you, and so we exit over there. This was fixing our bug. Before I wrap up this video, I'm going to quickly push and merge these changes just so that I don't have to do it off video. Let's open up a new terminal. We will get status, get checkout -b suites / remove party cards fix. Get status, get add dot, get commit -m. I fix bug where cron job was failing to remove party cards from expired subscriptions. That should be it. Get push origin suites remove party cards. Now we can head over to GitHub. GitHub inside of with fam. I believe this indexer is open source. Ponder indexer is open source. We get prompted to run a pull request, hopefully. Get push origin suites remove. Why are you saying everything's up to date? Get status. Get I'm pushing to the wrong branch. Needed to be remove party cards fix. Now we've pushed. Now it should tell us we have a pull request. We don't have a pull request, but it's assuming we want one with auto completing our next step. What are the changes we made? We made a change to increase our block numbers so that we're starting closer to the present. We fixed a bug where we weren't adding the party cards to a valid subscriber, and we added console logs that we want to remove before removing the party cards. Let's remove those console logs. Get rid of this. Inside of handle subscription, we've already got handle subscription open. Remove some of these logs. That should be good enough. I remove dev logging, commit it, publish it. Now that that is live, not live, now that those changes are updated, the only thing we changed here was, this was the bug. This was the bug, we've now fixed it. Our indexer is one step closer to a full end-to-end video in record-breaking time, but today it took us 25 minutes. I'm going to merge this change, and then we'll wrap up the video. The main target audience for this is Nick from FAM, so if you're not Nick, this video was not targeted for you, but if you got value out of it, please give this video a like or leave a comment on it or share it with your friends, because the reason I'm publishing this publicly is one, so that Nick can see it, but two, so that any other builder around the world can take what we're doing and build on top of it, so that this rising tide of information can raise all the ships. So if you want to help motivate that, please click the like, subscribe, comment button so that more people can see the content that we are creating. Thank you for tuning in. This is Sweets, signing off.